Hello and welcome to random commentary number 8 with me, One Exploits, and you, whoever you may be. And today I'm going to be talking about Battlefield 3. It's currently in beta, and I only managed to get into the beta on the 29th, which was yesterday. So I've played only a few hours of it so far, but what I've played of it so far has been very promising, and it is like up to the standard of Battlefield 2 in my opinion. Although I haven't been able to play much of the Combined Arms map, which is well, there's two maps available at the minute. There is Metro. Metro is it's like it's available on all servers now at the moment. It's Operation Metro. It's Rush mode. There's two modes. There's Rush and Conquest. In Rush mode, what you're basically doing is either defending points or trying to blow up points. It's like you go into an area. If you're attacking, you have to go into the enemy area where they're defending and take that point. I blow it up, and you can arm it, and then it'll take a couple of seconds to go off, well, like 30 seconds or something like that. I'm not actually sure how long it is, but it seems quite long. It's 30 seconds or a minute, something like that, and you have to defend that point while you're attacking it. So if you've detonated that, you're just watching for enemies coming in to disarm the bomb. So if they disarm it, then the attacker has to, if the defender disarms it, then the attacker has to come back in and rearm it. And once that point gets blown up, there's 2 points like on each area. So once the 2 points get blown up, you get pushed back to the next point. So you'll spawn in a new point. But if you're defending, I think you'll spawn at the start. Unless you can also spawn on squad members, which is good. So if they're further in, like it actually starts off on the surface area, then goes down into the tunnels in Metro, and then outside again into some sort of apartment buildings. So it's a good map, like, but it's not really Battlefield because there's no vehicles in this map. It's all infantry, and yeah, and that's really what Battlefield's all about. It's about infantry and vehicles, and on the Metro, which is basically the map they want people to play. The main beta players at the minute, all of them are playing on Metro. And in Europe, there's 100 Metro servers, and for Caspian, there's only well, there's no servers up at the minute apparently, but there was like 16 servers up earlier, and they're all password protected. But what you can do is if you have Chrome, you can bypass the password by hitting Control-Shift-Z or Control-Shift-J, and then you just type in your you don't type in anything, you copy paste this line of code into it. There's actually, if you just type into Google search Chrome Caspian EA server password, or else no password bypass, that's what I did, I think, and that'll give you the forum page. It's like multiplayer hackers or some shit like that, but there's a couple of links, so it's quite easy to find. If you search for a couple of minutes, you'll find it. So you can just copy paste that into your once you Control-Shift-J, it brings up another screen below, like a code screen. So you just copy and paste it into the code screen, and then press return, and then join server, and then all you have to do is hit return over and over and over again. Just enter as much as you want until you see like there'll be a line that says joining game. Yeah, once you see it say joining game, you'll know you've made it in, so you can stop hitting return. If you keep hitting return like I did, I was holding in return, so it was going too fast, and it goes past it, and it'll disconnect you. Even if once it says joining, you have to stop straight away, or else you won't get on, or else it'll disconnect you afterwards. Say some sort of error. I don't know what it is. It's kind of weird, but anyway, I'll talk about the game now, which is what I want to talk about really. So as I was saying, there's two game modes, Rush and Conquest. Conquest is like the classic Battlefield mode, and of course is my favourite. But I kind of actually enjoyed Rush a lot, surprisingly, even the Metro. Like I didn't get to play much Conquest because it's that hard to get onto the servers, because they're all locked down, and they seem to disappear at certain times of the day, so it's like, what the hell? I don't know what's going on there. Like there's actually a server browser now, which wasn't there. You didn't have like selecting game, Battlefield 3 mode, region, free slots, preset, ranked, on off, Punk Buster on off, and maps you can select now. That wasn't there yesterday, which was the 29th, but it's here today. So that's a new feature, I think, unless I missed it yesterday, but I doubt that, because there was like nothing. It was just servers, and then you could choose based on ping or based on players, or based on maps. You can just sort it by that, or server name, yeah. But I like the way, I mean, I don't like that it's set on a web page the way they have it, but yeah, you have to enter from a web page. It's like it's not like in game, like Battlefield 2 was in game. I'd prefer if it was in game, not like a browser based launcher, which is can be a bit annoying, but you get used to it, and it is actually quite good. It's a good service. It keeps track of your battle reports. It has battle reports. It has like your latest battle reports, your score, and everyone else who's on the team's score, and keeps track of your latest medals and all that, and you can who had them, whatever that means. Don't actually know what that is. It's like trying to make it like Facebook, I think they are, but that's not really going to happen. You can actually leave a comment on the page of the battle report, which is quite nice. And as I said, you can see your awards and all that, and you can keep it up to date on the page. Your browser plugin and the game. It says game up to date, browser plugin up to date, so that's good. It's called Battle Log Open Beta, so I'm guessing they're going to use this for more than one game, but at the moment it's used for Battlefield 3 exclusive, I think. It's quite a good system, but I prefer, as I say, it in game, because then there's nowhere to actually select options. I think you have to go into the actual game to change your options, and the field of view is quite low at the minute. It's like you can't see people behind you, you can't see people to the side of you, so it's like if you're prone is like the worst position to be in sometimes. Like it's good in cover, but like I was I wouldn't say camping, but I was watching a flag because I kept dying. Basically, this game again encourages camping, but it's different. And in rush mode, well, you have to go to the objective, so you're not able to really camp, but people do it for a couple of minutes though. Like at the elevators, there's like a load of Americans, and we're in the Russian team, and they're all sitting on the top of the elevator, ducking down and up for like a couple of minutes, taking out guys who are spawning. And yeah, they're getting a lot of kills doing that, and there's no way to get round, to get out of the way of that, so every time you run round you just die. So you have to stay behind a wall and try to take them out from there, but you keep ducking up and down, so it's really hard. So you can't get cock blocked like that. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? I have no idea. Yeah, I'll just be showing some highlights from the two modes, Rush and Conquest. I didn't actually get that much footage of Conquest, which is Caspian. What was it called? Caspian Border. Yeah, I didn't get that much of Caspian Border because it was that hard to get on. Then when you did get on, you're on for like 10 minutes, and then when you get to the score screen, sometimes, like I only got to it twice. I usually get disconnected before I get to the end of the match, which is weird. Don't know why, it's some sort of bug or what, but I actually got a bug with a black screen at the bottom, and the second time I was on it, which was weird. and then it went away, and then I got a sound bug where the sound cut out, so you might see that unfortunately in this video. The sound cuts out for about a minute or two. That was in the game because other people were complaining about that. And as I say, this is beta, so beta is a test, and you have to test for these bugs. So I found quite a few bugs. I should make a report about that actually, but I'll have a look on the forums later, and I have it all written down here anyway for these notes. So there's a couple of bugs. The main bug was on the actual, you'll see some hilarious footage of Metro on the top, on the starting point, when you're above ground on the nice park area where the river and all this. Like if you're on the undulating land and you prone on it, you can go underneath the land, and no one can shoot you from there unless they're under the land as well. At least I think that's the way it is. At least no one can see you. So it's like the perfect camping position. And I got so lucky because there was loads of guys from the enemy team who couldn't see me. They were all coming towards that way, and I could see them in my line of sight perfectly. So I was just getting kill after kill after kill there. That was awesome, but it was such an exploit. And it wasn't even an exploit, it's just a bug. So, but I was exploiting it, so for once my name is apt. But a lot of people were saying about that, and it's actually bad when you're in the opposite position. You are the guy running about, and there's people under the land shooting at you, which happened a lot. And it was quite a common bug. I don't know whether they fixed it, because today I played it and it didn't seem to work, so they must have fixed that since yesterday. But I'm not actually sure about that, so I should go on and try it again. I did try it today and I didn't manage to get under the land, so I think they have fixed that since 29th yesterday, which is weird. That was a very, very weird bug and very exploitative. You could do, well, basically you could sit under the land, take guys out after guy out after guy, you know, until I actually ran out of bullets. I ran out of bullets, and so I had to get up out of the land and just run with my dagger at them. I actually managed to take one guy out with the dagger. It was friggin' epic. So after all those kills, just taking a guy out with a knife, boom, right in the neck. And you actually get one hit, what do you call it, one shots. You one-shot guys with a knife. If you come at them from behind, you just stab them in the neck. Unfortunately, as I said earlier, when I was on Conquest mode, I was protecting one of our bases. And well, actually I was sniping out. I was lying down. I wasn't using sniper, I was using assault, but engineer. I was just sitting on the ground, prone, behind a tree, behind lots of cover, and I was taking guys out from the American flag. I was looking, because I knew there were some guys there. I didn't want to run in, because if you just run in to the flag, you're going to die, because there'll be guys on the hill, there'll be guys camping everywhere, so they'll see you coming towards the flag. So I just waited there. But unfortunately some guy came up behind me. I couldn't see him coming, obviously, because I'm prone, and you can't turn around really slowly when you're prone, so you can't really turn around in time. So he just came up behind me and stabbed me. And that was me done for. Just stabbed me once, dead. So that's it. If you come up behind someone with a knife, it's a very good and effective way to kill them. So you learn so much. Like, I've learned so much in the couple of hours I've been playing it, and there's so much more to learn. It's a learning process with every new game, so you gotta bear with it and take the rough with the smooth. So basically you'll be down a lot on certain levels in certain places. As I say, if you get camped down and you get like to a choke point and you can't get through. Another thing is yeah, well, as I was saying, if you get a choke point and you get through, then you know you're gonna die over and over again basically. If you can't see the other guy but you can't get through, it's quite a hard situation. Sometimes they do occur, and sometimes you're on the opposite of that situation. So you're camping in an area where lots of guys are choked at a choke point, so they can't get through, and you're taking out one after the other. That's a great feeling. But when you're on the other side, obviously it's not such a great feeling. So it just goes that way. So it goes, especially on infantry mode. On conquest mode, it's kind of different, because you're capturing flags, you're capturing points. What I used to do in conquest mode was actually go behind enemy lines and try to get points where no one was going. So like there'd be no one there at all. In Battlefield 2 this is. And I would ninja the points and then I'd get reinforcements from the team because they could spawn in that point now. It was especially effective when there was only one base left on our team. Like say we're the Americans, there's only one base left and they have like 6 bases, so you go right to the back and you take the very back one or just the one before that where no one would be, and then you just sit there until you capture it, and then all the guys spawn in that point and protect it. So that would be that's obviously a very optimistic scenario. Yeah, sometimes it wouldn't go down that smoothly, but it did seem to work quite a lot, surprisingly. Didn't actually get to try that in this conquest. I was screwing about in aircraft, trying to get into aircraft and trying out all the vehicles and that, but some of the like last night the friggin' server was laggy as hell. You couldn't even play it. It was unplayable. So I may or may not show that. It was just so laggy. You couldn't even do anything. If you're aiming at someone, it would just jerk all around the screen, so you couldn't friggin' point your pointer anymore. The only people that got kills were probably people that were camping. Like I got shot by some guy who was camping an American flag and we were on the Russian team. I think it is Russian versus American in this Battlefield 3, which is odd because there's no war against Russia at the minute. Maybe it is a futuristic, set slightly in the future, isn't it? 2020 or something like that. So it is slightly futuristic, so it's like maybe that's a sign of things to come, who knows. But as I was saying, also another annoying thing is that people's bodies, like if you're a teammate, they're solid objects. You can't just walk through them like in some games. You have to, if they're standing in a doorway or standing in a window, you cannot physically get through them, so that can be quite annoying. And if you're at a point and you're sitting there, not camping necessarily, but like sitting there for a couple of minutes trying to take guys out who are attacking your point or attacking your flag or whatever, and you're in a crouched position and you're in a cramped position, in a cramped area, and they try to get past you, they'll actually move you out of the way, like pushing you out of the way. But it might not be purposeful, but they're just trying to get through, but they're pushing you out of the way and they're pushing you out of cover. So like if you're behind a wall and they're pushing you and you don't realise, you're sitting there trying to aim, and then they push you out into the open and then you get shot. So can be quite an annoying thing, but it's not that big of a deal. Like it is realistic. Like it would be solid bodies in war. It wouldn't be invisible. You can just walk through people like you can in some shooters. I think in Red Orchestra 2 you can just walk through people, can't you? So it's different in different games. It's very odd. I think I prefer it when you can run through people, because then you don't get the issue of that. It is quite an issue when you get into confined spaces like Metro has, and corridors. There's like 6 guys in a corridor. They're trying to get through each other. One's trying to camp, one's trying to go through to another area. One's throwing a grenade and bounces off the guy's head. And it blows everybody up. That's funny, especially when team kills are on. Team kills was on a couple of servers, but it can be on or off. I prefer it to be off because it can be quite annoying. Like you're coming around the corner and there's another guy who's the enemy, and then one of your guys runs in front, as I said, like in Red Orchestra 2, and you just kill both of them, which is unfortunate. Or else some guy pops out and you think he's an enemy and you kill him by accident and he's your teammate. I got team killed quite a few times, and actually had less team kills than I had in Red Orchestra 2, so it wasn't that much of an issue for me personally. And grenades are quite good in this game, but I didn't get that many kills until the very end. I actually, just before I quit there, I lobbed a grenade through, and this was in Metro again, in the room, and I think I got 2 guys with it, which was awesome. So it's a good feeling when you do get a grenade kill, because it's quite rare, for me at least. But the actual classes I was playing most were Assault, which is actually medic. So you just, it's perfect for the Metro map, because you're just throwing down medipack after medipack and healing up your guys, especially if they're in a confined area with like 6 guys, as I said. You just throw it down and you're healing them and healing yourself also. So it's very good. So, having the medic kits available, and the assault rifle is pretty good also. And as you go along, you get unlocks. So it's like classic unlock thing with the you rank up. I'm at rank 3 at the minute, so not that bad, but I haven't spent that much time on it. As I said, I didn't have that much time. But it's definitely on par with Battlefield 2, definitely gameplay wise, and the graphics are very, very good. Only thing is, like, the destruction engine isn't quite what it looked like in the trailer. It was like whole buildings blown up, but it's not quite that intense. Like, maybe there are some buildings on future maps that will do that, but not on the maps we have at the minute. We've only got walls blown up, which is quite nice. Like, if you're in a tank and there's enemies behind the wall, they're poking out through a doorway, like firing a RPG at your tank, you can just blow the wall up, and hopefully them behind the wall, so you can blow the whole. Like, there are certain buildings which are just like walls with doors and windows. You can blow them up. So it's a nice. It's good. Like, you can blow through fences as well. You can actually cut through fences with your knife. Some of them anyway. And some glass is destructible also. Like in Metro, you can destroy the turrets. What do you call them? Turrets. Turnstiles. Yeah. So there's like glass turnstiles. You can smash through them to get through. It's not usually a good idea though, because there's usually beyond those turnstiles elevators where enemy are usually sitting. The enemy is sitting. Sorry. So yeah, I did actually try to fly a plane, and oh my god, is it hard to control that. Like, I was good at flying plane in Battlefield 2, but I remember it being very hard at the start to try in Battlefield 2, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually it's really enjoyable. And I learned how to fly the plane and fly the helicopter, but I think it's a bit different in this one. It's similar, but somewhat more realistic, because you didn't have, like, I noticed you didn't have rockets in the helicopter or in the jet, as far as I could tell, because there's only a machine gun, which is unfortunate in my opinion, because that was so awesome in Battlefield 2, but I guess it was kind of overpowered, because you were getting killed a lot of the time by helicopters and planes sometimes. But yeah, I pretty much failed at jet. I got in it and went up. I know W is or S is to go up. It's like reversed, you know. W is to go down, S is to go up, so it's tilt up. But I just kept going up and up and up, even though I was hitting W to try and resolve it. You know what do you call it? Try and balance it out again. Then I was turning around with the mouse on D. I think maybe there's insert and delete, like on the helicopter. I didn't actually try those buttons. I should actually look at the key bindings before I got into one. I just wanted to try one out so badly though. But it was a brute to handle. I think I was going too fast, so I ended up going outside the map too far. I was trying to turn around, but it was going too fast to turn, so it was like turning very, very slowly, even though I was using the mouse and the D key. I ended up just going upside down and then jumping out and trying to. I hit 9 for the parachute, like it was in Battlefield 2, but it didn't seem to work. So I just fell to my death pretty much. Anyway, I was way, way outside the map anyway, so yeah, that was total failure. And then the helicopter seems more difficult to handle also. It's like, maybe it's because the server was so laggy last night, but I was going up and up and up, and then it tilted to the side even though I wasn't turning it, and then just lost control of it and blew up. It was funny. And then I didn't really try after that to get into a helicopter. Hopefully there's practice mode in single player where you can actually practice that. I know there's a campaign mode, so hopefully in campaign you can try that out, or else you can set up your own server, like lock it down and set it up. But I suppose you need to pay for servers in this, which would be unfortunate, but maybe you can set up LAN and just try out all the different vehicles in LAN, like single player on your own, just to get the controls right. That's what I would love to do, so I could become a master at it, and then, well, master it anyway, not become a master at it, and then be able to do it in multiplayer, obviously, because I haven't played much of Battlefield 3, as I said, and I definitely haven't got my hands on the jet or the helicopter much, like once or twice. Once in the plane, twice in the helicopter, which were total failures. I actually got in the helicopter with someone who could drive it, and there's a secondary position which is just a machine gun turret. It's like a heavy gun. It's not as good as the Battlefield 2 one. You could just, you know, fire. It's like a Gatling gun. But in this one, it's like you fire off 20 or so shots and it's done, and then you have to reload. It takes ages to reload. It's more realistic, I guess, in that way, but it's not as fun, I think. But it is still fun, and once you get used to it, once we get used to all this new stuff, it's new, but it's familiar, you know. You gotta familiar. Oh my god, I can't say that. Re-familiarize yourself with it. So as I say, I haven't played Battlefield 2 in ages, like friggin' 4 years. So yeah, gotta re-familiarize yourself with it. Like, I'm still familiar with the mode and all, but they changed the points. It's like neon now instead of, like, it was green and red before, but now it's like neon green and neon green for friendly, like friendly points, friendly players, and orange, neon orange for enemy players. Like, you see an enemy tank, enemy player, enemy points are marked ABC, so you have your points. You have to go towards those points, ABC, which are neon orange. I don't really like the neon because it's kind of hard to spot sometimes. It's kind of obtrusive, I guess. It's like I preferred just clear as day the way it was. It was clear as day the way it was. It was like nice matte red and nice matte green, so you could clearly see it and clearly distinguish it. Yeah, I can say that. Also, what else is quite annoying is that flashlight. There's like different add-ons you can get for your gun, I guess, and one of them is that friggin' flashlight. It's so annoying. When you get that in your face, you can't see shit. Even if your team member turns around and has one of those, you can't see anything with it. It is horrible. I hope they get rid of that, but they probably won't. But if you get that in your face from an enemy, what you do is just shoot into the light. That's what I do. And sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can duck out of the way, obviously, but usually you don't have the opportunity to do that. By the time they spot you with the light, you're dead, or else you just have to shoot or be shot, basically. Yeah. I drove quite a few, well, not quite a few vehicles. As I said, I drove the helicopter and the plane and pretty much failed at that. But I tried out the buggies, the car type vehicles with the gun on top. They're very good handling, but what I miss is C4. I hope to God there's an unlock for C4, or there's a class for C4 in the release, because I don't see C4 on anybody at the moment. What I used to love in Battlefield 2 was covering the car in C4 and driving towards a tank from the back, and then diving out and then hitting the detonate button and then blowing the shit out of the tank. That was awesome. And I think it's more realistic now, so it's unfortunate, because what do people play games for? It's for fun. So stop making them more realistic and taking away fun. Leave the fun in, but you can still have the realism, you know. Like, yeah, I suppose that was maybe a pet peeve with some people. Some people didn't like it because they were constantly getting blown up by what they called noobs doing that. But it was funny as hell. You can't argue that. It was friggin' hilarious. But I suppose it got annoying after a while. I mean, people were doing it constantly. I know I was. It was friggin' the funniest thing to do. Funnest thing to do, in my opinion. But I guess they did away with it, so you can't do it anymore. I haven't seen it done yet. And I haven't seen C4 even yet, so I don't know if there is C4, unfortunately. C4 was so good. That's a shame they can't have it now, because people spoiled it. But I guess I did too, because I was using it like that. Oh well. That's unfortunate. Maybe they will introduce it in a future pack, or else I don't even know if it's present in the game. I should look that up probably. But I really do hope it is there, because that was awesome. I did try sniper, but I don't really like snipers, as I say. I prefer assault. I always played assault in Battlefield 2. I loved the laser sight I had. Hopefully I get that laser sight back. I actually unlocked the laser sight, but I didn't seem to be able to equip it, which was weird. Don't know how you actually equip it. Probably find that out later. Probably pretty simple, but yeah, snipers, as I said. I was actually up the top of a tower on the Caspian map as a sniper, trying to snipe people out. But it's always the way. Whenever you get a sniper, there's no one about to take out. Well, it is for me anyway, because I rarely play sniper. Guess I just don't know where to look, because I don't play sniper. Even though I enjoy it sometimes, like for a change, but it's not using the best use of your resources, especially on a camp or on Caspian, on a conquest map, because you have vehicles there. You have to capture flags or defend flags. So I guess you could scope out flags. Like you could sit looking at a flag, but most people don't actually run towards the flag. They keep like behind a bush or something. They keep behind a rock, just beside the flag, so not to be spotted. You gotta really know your points. Like I didn't. I was running about everywhere and getting killed, like a noob, because, well, I am a noob because I haven't played that much of it. But I mean, when you get into a good area, it's advisable to stay in that area. Like if you get behind a rock and a lot of cover of bushes and stuff, it's highly effective because no one can actually see you. Like I discovered, I was hiding at a flag behind some bushes beside a rock, and no one saw me, and I could see all of them run towards the flag. I could just take them out from there. It was awesome. So you get a lot of kills that way. But if you're running about the map or running about in the tank or whatever, you don't tend not to get that many kills. People can see you, but you might not be able to see them. They might be hiding in a bush or something with an RPG, you know. So it's difficult like that. But as I said about C4 again, if they don't have C4, it's really unfortunate, because you used to be able to run up behind tanks and slap it on the tank, and then run away and detonate it. That was awesome as well. I mean, I will miss that severely. I will miss that a lot, because I got a lot of my kills that way. That was like my main staple of kills. As assault, I think it was, yeah, as well. I'll be such a loss. Oh, I hope that's an unlock. I really, really hope that's an unlock, because I will just jizz if that's an unlock. Once I get it unlocked, seriously, I love that. Friggin' love C4. The Caspian actually feels a lot like Battlefield, just updated, which is what I actually wanted. So it is awesome. Even though some of the vehicles feel very different to Battlefield 2, obviously, because it's an updated engine. It's Frostbite engines, new cutting edge engine. So if you're driving a car, you get that sense of speed. It's awesome. And you can actually, it has the weight of the car. It's like bouncing up and down. If you're like, I was flying down a hill towards an enemy point, and I was hitting bumps, and you can really like feel it, even though you weren't there. Like you could feel, you get the sense of it from the screen, from the images, from the sound. And that's another thing about this game. The sound is so good. It is just, it makes you feel like you're in the war, you're in the situation. You can hear bullets flying above your head, you can hear rockets going off, you can hear, it's just the ambient noise, it's just amazing. So top-notch job on the audio, really top-notch. It is so good. And when you fall to your death, that's very good also. It's quite realistic, kind of like in Red Orchestra 2, but they don't have that option to bandage yourself, which is unfortunate. That would have been a nice touch, but I guess that's another game. That was its what do you call it? What was its gimmick, sort of. That's its gimmick. Whereas Battlefield 2 doesn't really need, or Battlefield 3 doesn't really need a gimmick. It is all about vehicles. That is its gimmick. It's always been its gimmick. Vehicles, tanks, jeeps, airplanes, jets, sorry, and the helicopters. You also have anti-air points, like you had in what was one of my favourite things in Battlefield 2. You had on the ship an anti-air gun. It was like a massive gun that spun round. Big massive gun, you know, like the sort of ones that's on the front of battleships. So you could take out planes with it. But planes could also drop bombs on it, as well as helicopters, and they often did. So you had to get out of it before it exploded, or else you could get an engineer to stand beside it and fix it, or a mechanic, yeah, as they were called in Battlefield 2, I think. It's engineer now. They use their blowtorch in this game. So you get points for repairing your vehicles. So like if you're in a tank, like I was in a tank as an engineer. It's the best on Caspian. The best class to play is probably engineer, because especially if you're going for vehicles, because if you're sitting in a vehicle and it gets down to about 20%, you can just jump out and start repairing it, then jump back into it. But sometimes that doesn't work out, because if you, like, I jumped out to repair it and I got blown to shit by the person that was RPGing it, so yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Sometimes you can't see because the field of view is quite restricted, so you can't actually see who's firing at you. It's kind of annoying. So there will be an option in the future, I think, to increase that field of view, which will be much better. So I have a 24-inch monitor at the moment, but it's not that huge, but like it is big enough to accommodate a wider field of view. Like, it's widescreen, so yeah. That's another minor point, but it will be fixed, hopefully. Like, there'll be more options in the release, I'm sure. Sometimes you get a lag spike. I don't know whether that's my actual connection or whether it's just the server or whatever. And sometimes you get timed out, server timed out. I don't know what that means, but like, especially in Caspian, every time I finished I only finished twice basically. I got timed out several times. I played it about 5 times. I was lucky enough to get on it 5 times, but a couple of times I only got on for 2 minutes and then 10 minutes, and then I got on for 2 whole matches. Well, 1 and then disconnected. You know, I did a whole match, got to the end screen, see my score, and then disconnected, and then reconnected after about 20 minutes, spamming the page, spamming enter to get back on. I actually got back on and then got another match, which was awesome, but then got timed out again, server timed out. So I don't know what that issue is. That's kind of weird, but don't know if that's a bug with my system or with my firewall or what. But I followed like several guides on how to, like, it's Windows 7 64. It had a lot of issues. It was stuck on joining, which was one issue, but that was resolved. You can actually, if you Google that, you get a link to EA forums. They'll tell you how to resolve it. It's not actually EA. It was some guy, not an EA worker. It was just some forum member who had a suggestion for it. It was like a long list you had to do. Go into your internet options and all this shit and change stuff. Yeah, I don't have the details here, but you can Google that, obviously. The rockets, the mounted rockets in this game are weird, because, like, you know, the rockets that are grounded, they're hard to explain this. They're like at a flag point. They're not your rocket, so you have to press E to enter it. Like in Battlefield 3, you did this too, and it had a homing missile on it. This one is just like, I don't know what it is. It's just like firing. There's no homing missile anymore, which is unfortunate, because that was a very effective weapon, and now they've taken that away also. So it's a lot more, you have to actually earn your kills in this game. You can't just get lucky, like with homing missiles and everything. There's none of that. It's all more realistic, more having to actually aim. And you know how hard it is to hit with a grounded rocket, with no homing missile, with no sights on it whatsoever. You just have to, it's impossible basically to hit a helicopter or a jet with that. There's no way, because it's moving that fast. You'd have to aim ahead of it and be extremely lucky to hit that jet or helicopter. But I suppose if it was coming into land, that would be a good thing, because you could take it out from there. If you saw a tank coming, it's a good weapon to use. But you won't see many people using it until there's actually a tank coming into the camp, you know. Even then, it's quite dangerous to use it, because you're out in the open. And yeah, you're out in the open and you're basically exposing yourself. They can probably see your arrow on the map and take you out before you can take them out, because you fire off one round, it won't kill the tank, but they fire off one round, you're pretty much dead. Especially if they have a gunner on the top as well. There's like 2 slots. There's the driver and the operator of the big barrel thing that fires the explosive round, and the gunner on the top. Yeah. Also, there's also something missing I cannot seem to figure out. I suppose I haven't looked at the keys yet, but to look at the keys, you have to actually pause the game in the game, so you're like sitting on the deployment screen in the match. You can't, like, that's the thing about having a browser instead of in game. It would be better in game because you could sort out all your options before you actually join the multiplayer game. I suppose it is the beta, and in the actual game you'll be able to go on single player and sort all that out, I suppose. But I'd prefer, I keep saying that, but I've said it before, I've said that point before, I'd prefer it all in game instead of on a browser. It's like nice to have that. That would be nice to have that separate, but not like the way it is, which is you have to use this to get into the game. You can't just launch the game separate and then sort out all your options before you enter a game. You have to use the browser to enter a multiplayer game and then sort out your settings when you're in the multiplayer game, which is unfortunate. But as I was saying, doesn't seem to be any command feature. I think I don't know how our squads work. They seem to be automatic. Like I was a squad leader or something, and I didn't even choose that. There's no option to choose it as far as I could see. It was like people were spawning on me in 10 seconds. I don't even know how that happened. I think it's just automatic. As I said, you get automatically assigned to a certain squad, as do all the other people. But it'll be kind of I hope they must have to implement a proper squad system, because I don't know if they have it now, but you need it for like clans and stuff. If clans want to sort out squads, don't they? Like a squad of 5 people take this point, squad of 5 people go to this point, squad of 5 people defend this point, something like that, you know? Whereas you couldn't do that if it was random. It would be like well, I suppose you could, because they'd be automatically assigned, and then you'd say just you 5 go off there, you 5 stay here, something like that. But also, like I pressed Q, I was pressing Q to say enemy spotted, but it doesn't work. Like in Battlefield 2 it was Q to bring up the menu, I'm pretty sure. It's J to talk still, but that's to talk to everybody. I'm not sure if T's teammate to talk, I'm not sure. This is PC I'm playing, obviously. This is PC version, which I forgot to mention, obviously. Unfortunately, it's been released cross-platform Battlefield 3, but I'm pretty sure Xbox and PS3 only have 32-player maps, whereas PC have 64 player maps, because they can handle it. And 64 player on Conquest is amazing, it's so good. It'd be nice if it was 124, because the maps are that big that they could support that, but I suppose it'd be laggy as hell, especially for people with a lesser internet connection. Like I don't have fiber optic at the moment, so yeah, it's not the best connection I have, but it's a decent connection, you know. So yeah, as I was saying, there's no option to say enemy spotted, although I hear people doing it. I'm not, but you don't see their name like you used to see their name. In Battlefield 2 you used to see, like me, one exploit says, hey I need a ride. There's no hey I need a ride in this either, which is unfortunate, because how are you supposed to tell someone? Like your point in Battlefield 2, your point used to flash, and if you were saying something, hey I need a ride, your point would flash, so they'd know to stop and let you in. There's none of that here, so you just have to be lucky or else run towards the jeep and jump in. And yeah, I don't know, I think enemy spotting might be automatic, because I haven't seen an option or how to actually spot enemies. There's no menu like there was in Battlefield 2 as far as I can see. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but as I say, I've only played a couple of hours. I haven't looked at the keybinds or anything, but from pressing most of the keys I haven't found any menu option for that, for like enemy, and then you go like enemy and then you select from a list tank spotted, like used to in Battlefield 2, enemy boat spotted. There used to be boats, yeah. There's no boats in this so far as I can see, which is a shame. Hopefully in later maps they'll have it. They're having Wake Island, which was one of the best maps in Battlefield 2, so they'll be updating that, so that'll be awesome to play. Like updated Battlefield 2, so oh my god, that'll be jizz worthy. Hopefully they have C4 and that and everything. Yeah, you could also call for a medic in Battlefield 2, which I don't think you can do here, but I could be wrong about this because I haven't looked at all the key bindings. But as far as I can tell, you can't, because you don't see people's names saying enemy spotted. As far as I saw, it was just like enemy spotted and then the points appeared on your map. I think it's automatic, but I'm not actually sure. Some things may have gotten easier and some things have gotten harder, which is odd. But yes, that was just based on people's feedback on the game, and people complain about the stupidest things. So like, yeah, sometimes it's not the best thing. Like Battlefield 2 to me was the perfect FPS. I would have just wanted an upgraded graphical engine. Unfortunately, they seem to have lost the spotted system, the hey I need a ride, whatever, that quick chat system. But could be wrong about that. And also some of the keys have changed, like parachute isn't 9 anymore, don't know. It seemed like I chose deployment, mobile deployment, and I got deployed in a parachute once. So I don't know whether that's automatic also, but it doesn't seem to be. Like if you're jumping out of a plane, like I jumped out of a plane and just fell to my death. So yeah, that didn't really work, but I was hitting 9. Maybe that interfered with it, I don't think so though. That was stupid. The gunplay in the game is very good. It's definitely not assisted or anything. It's not. It's like full on point to the guy and shoot him. You know, well, it's hard to describe, but it is very satisfying. Again, like I said with Red Orchestra 2, it's a satisfying feeling when you do get a shot, because you know you actually made that shot. It's not like it's not floaty or anything. It's good and precise. It's a bit slow at the minute, but as I say, you can't really change the options at the moment, but you can, probably will be able to in a future build or in a future, once it gets properly released obviously. But you can just change the settings on your mouse obviously, which is nice. But the guns are nice, got a good feel to them. I like using the iron sights. Iron sights are very good. And also you can use the actual pointer without having to zoom in. So if you're going around a corner and suddenly there's an enemy, you can just, you know, lay into him, spray into him, yeah, without having to go into your iron sights. So that's nice also. You can do that in all games, yeah, I'm just saying. So yeah, all I've played pretty much has been, I think there's only 4 classes at the minute. Medic, not medic, it's called assault, but it is basically the medic class. Like it used to be, medic was the guy who sat at the back and was support, but now it's like you're at the forefront, which is better because you're actually contributing, and you're contributing a lot more with your medical supplies, because all the guys will be at the front trying to get to the next point, so you're there at the front with them, which is nice. So that's good. And the engineer, as I said, I've already mentioned that. Yep. It has the assault type rifle also with the pistol. Like you get a pistol also with the medic. You'll see me using that in the underground bit when I'm under the terrain, because I run out of bullets for my assault rifle, so I have to switch to the pistol to take out a few guys, which is funny. And then I ran out of ammo for that, and then I had to just come at them with my dagger. What was I saying? I have no idea. I think what was lagging the servers last night, people were saying it was very laggy. Someone said it was because people were spamming refresh, you know, to try to get into the servers, because there were only 2 up last night as far as I could see. Unless they like remove them from public view. I don't know how they do it or what they do. But he said they were DDoSing the server. Don't know what that means, but sounds legit, yo. So hopefully they will unlock the Caspian map on all servers, so everybody can try it, not just people who have the password or people who know how to, well, exploit by using Google Chrome and Control-Shift-J and pasting that line of code. and then hitting enter, enter, enter to get onto the server. To bypass, it's like a bypass for the password. Hopefully they, as I say, they unlock that for all servers so that doesn't happen, you know, so it doesn't lag out the people who are actually playing on those servers, so they get a good experience, and people who want to actually enjoy, and not enjoy, it's all about testing at the moment. It's a test. I gotta remember that. I suppose they want people to test out Metro, because there was quite a few issues with it, especially last night, like clipping with the terrain, yeah, like people going underneath the terrain, and that wouldn't be good in the live game. That would be kind of bad actually, because as I say, I got a lot of kills from being under the terrain, because people couldn't see me, I could see them. I could just take them out at my leisure basically. So that's kind of an unfair advantage, obviously. So hopefully they did seem to sort that out, which is good, and hopefully now they can unlock Caspian on all servers, so people can try that out, and maybe even more maps. Hopefully by towards the end of the beta, you know. But at the moment it seems to be just Metro on the main servers. But when I upload this tomorrow, which is Saturday, it says Friday at the moment, so they may unlock it tomorrow. They may unlock it later today. Who knows? Only EA knows that. So only time will tell whether they do that or what. So when they do unlock that, I'll be able to properly play Caspian and get a proper good feel of it. Like, I didn't get to play that much of it because I kept getting disconnected, and trying to reconnect takes ages. So like, you don't get that much of an opportunity unless you have really well insane connection or something. I don't know how people stayed on it, but there were a lot of ranked 20 plus people, so yeah, they must have been staying on there. It's actually easier to get kills on the Metro server, and kills actually give you quite a lot on the unlock front, because they give you quite a lot of XP. I don't know if it's like XP or what, but it's like points. I mean, it should be more dependent on points and not on kills, because what you're trying to do, especially on the what was it, campaign? No, I don't. Yeah, sorry, especially on conquest mode, you're trying to cap points. You're trying to capture the flag, basically. You know, neutralize an enemy point and then raise your flag. That's the main aim. And don't know whether it uses tickets, like in Battlefield 3 you had tickets, which could be by capturing points you get tickets, by killing players you get tickets, so you get one ticket for every person you killed in the opposing team, or like you took one ticket away, obviously. I think that's how it worked. So I haven't actually seen the ticket counter. I don't know whether I was looking in the wrong place or what, but I don't know how you keep track of the score. I didn't actually see it. I just saw the big massive your team lost or your team won at the end. It came up. Didn't actually see the tickets count, which is odd. Probably just blind. I'm just probably blind myself because I didn't see it. But yeah, I'll have a more in-depth look next time. And I probably will be playing more of this, as I say. I don't know whether I'll be recording more. I probably will. Especially if Caspian gets unlocked on all servers, so I can get a proper play of that. But at the moment, it's locked down to only a couple of servers, and at certain times of the day, as I say, they go offline somehow, or I don't know, it's just my my particular server or whatever, my particular computer, my particular IP, whatever, that loses them. But it's definitely going away from me at certain times, so, and I get disconnected every match basically, so it's kind of unfortunate. But I did enjoy actually playing Metro, even though it didn't have vehicles. It was kind of fun to play it, and you definitely get more kills because it's more confined space. You can just best technique in that map is to camp, unfortunately, which is well, unfortunate, yeah. Anyway, enough about that. I think I've talked enough about it, and as I say, in this beta you don't have the single player campaign or the co-op mode, which will be in the single player, which will be in the final release obviously, once it gets released on the 25th of October 2011. That's the release date for it. And so you can get practice to get a lot of practice in single player or co-op mode, so you can get better at it. And it'll be interesting to see a campaign in a Battlefield game. I haven't seen that in quite some time. Like they didn't have it in Battlefield 2, certainly. No campaign, it was just pure multiplayer. So it'll be fun to try that out, and can't wait for that. The official release, 25th of October. I think that's about everything. Yeah, that's about everything covered. I'm sure I could talk a lot more about this, but that's gonna do it for now. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, have a nice day.
Be advised, the charge has been planted. Over.